Modern Warfare 3 is the next chapter in the remastered Modern Warfare franchise. However, this installment is more of a footnote than an actual new chapter. The game is very small and short in terms of its time to play and also its ambition to be a great Call of Duty. So, with that being said, I'll be talking about the game, what I did and didn't like about the game. I completed it on Veteran and it took me about 4 hours. So, in my eyes, doesn't really justify the £70 price tag. I don't know what the translation to that is in dollars, but you can discover that for yourself. So the game starts off very well. Operation 627 is the opening mission, and I quite liked it. I quite liked the introduction to Makarov. I thought the mission was structured very well. How it sort of throws in a little twist and a little bit of a callback to the old games where you rescue Price in Modern Warfare 2. Um, and I quite liked it. Yeah, I genuinely was quite excited after this first mission. However, it's slow. Well, it very quickly starts to go downhill. And that being said, it's more to do with the combat, open combat missions. And there are 6 of these in the game, and only one good one, in my opinion. The rest are incredibly frustrating, especially on Veteran. But also just a very, very lazy way to tell a story in this Call of Duty new universe. And I feel like this trilogy will go down as an absolute wasted potential, especially coming off 2019's Modern Warfare. It will go down as an absolute wasted potential. Um, a lot of the negatives about Modern Warfare 2 story campaign are back in this, and it's more to do with the enemies in my eyes the AI is terrible, and the fact they've got armored enemies that take and not juggernauts, just standard armored enemies that take a full clip for you to put into them. Um, the problem isn't as bad in this one as it is in Modern Warfare 2. Um, However, it's still very much there to see. We went from Modern Warfare 1, where sort of like clean house sort of style of game where it's sort of nitty and gritty, and you know you're cutting around and one shot will kill an enemy if you've placed it right, and whereas now it's just all that immersion is thrown out the window when you dump in 50 rounds into an enemy and they're still able to get the better of you. Yeah, incredibly frustrating. The storyline is actually quite good in my eyes. I did enjoy it. The cutscenes are incredible, and the graphics, are incredible as well. However, it's too short. It took me about 4 hours to complete, and 4 hours for a £70 game, which is pretty much a DLC. This game could have been done through Modern Warfare 2 Spec Ops mode, or it could have been they really could have just cut this down to a £30 DLC, and I think people would have been fine with it. I think the connotation of this being a £70 game and it only being 4 hours. Obviously, I'm not talking about the zombies and the multiplayer to come, but I don't know what they're offering in too much in multiplayer. A lot of the guns, for example, in the campaign are from Modern Warfare 2, and they're exactly the same. They work exactly the same. There's no new ground being covered, and I feel like this is a very much wasted potential. Another issue I have with the game is this year's iteration of No Russian, which was, I remember when Modern Warfare 2 came out in 2009, and it had balls. It took a step further than what Call of Duty 4 was offering, and it was very controversial. I remember being 10 years old, seeing it on the news in my living room, my mum and dad's living room, and being like, I really want that game. And even Modern Warfare 2019, the first few missions, there's a suicide bomber in London, and it's all very gritty, and then you find out where the bombers came from, and then you go and do the clean house mission, and boots on the ground, it's all just gone out the window. My favourite part of the game, in my opinion, was actually Graves. Graves is a great addition, and it's good to have him back, even though I didn't like the way he did return in my eyes after Modern Warfare 2. He is actually one of the better parts of the game, and it was fun to see him. and good to see how they handled Shepard in the end. The glaring mistake for me was Infinity Ward's choice to kill Soap. And there's a few reasons why. I feel like it was very unearned, and it's to nothing. It's only there to set up the fourth game. Obviously, if they'd have made this into an 8-hour campaign or double the size of the game, I can maybe see it and understand it. However, you know, it's unearned. It's really unearned, and it's just there for the little shock horror. And you see it with the likes of what The Walking Dead and Marvel and Star Wars were doing, of where they will just randomly kill off a main character or just a character for no real reason, then to shock you and get you to come back for the next one. And the fans will see through it, and I see through it, and I just don't think it was very good at all. So in Modern Warfare 3 2011, Soap dies after we spent the entire 3 games with him, and it's a character the fans all loved. And he dies about 3/4 into Modern Warfare 3. And it's simply to set up the ending, the sort of the crescendo of Modern Warfare 3, because there we are now. We've just lost one of our favourite characters in this franchise, and we are then gearing up to go forward with Price and Yuri to avenge his death and sort of get our own back. Whereas this, it's just more. I felt it was very poorly handled. Yeah, I would really recommend you don't buy this game. Really, really, really recommend it because I feel like Microsoft needs to understand that this is their first debut with the Call of Duty franchise under their belt, and they could have postponed it. I believe it was more of an Activision decision for this, if I'm honest. But Microsoft now own them. They should have 100% have delayed it and extended the campaign and added more features into the game. But yeah, it's just greed. It's just absolute greed by the publishers of this game. Yeah, if I'm honest, I'd give it a 2 out of 10. It was awful. You've got the main components there. The gameplay it is fun, and the gunplay is solid. However, and I'd say and the graphics are amazing, and the cutscenes are movie-like and still amazing. However, there's no real meat in it. There's no desire to tell a great story. And when you're a customer like me who only plays Call of Duty for the campaign, because I don't really like the multiplayer, then you're just going to alienate me. Like, I really didn't want to buy this game. Really didn't want to because of the things I was hearing about it. But bit my tongue. I've paid for the game, and I feel like I've just thrown 70 quid away. And so if I can save you the 70 quid and tell you not to get it, because multiplayer is sort of free on it. They have Warzone out, and it's free to download. Yeah, I'm almost I've not played it, but judging how they've tracked the rest of the game, I'm almost certain zombies isn't going to be the factor that makes me feel like, oh yeah, no, it was definitely worth it. But yeah, that's going to be my review of Modern Warfare 3. Absolute disgrace. Thanks for listening. All the best.